Welcome to Madison HD Sports Set, presented by the JMU Alumni Association. I'm here with head swimming coach Dane Pedersen. Dane, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
The Dukes will face Richmond in the last home meet of the season. What should you guys expect from Richmond?
They're a very, very well-coached team. They do everything kind of the right way. I mean, the way that they train, this is they're always a very, very tough meet, but they train the right way. I imagine it's going to be a very close meet, as it always is with Richmond. They always pull the best out of us, and if we don't have our best, then they'll beat us for sure. But well-coached, they race hard. I think team dynamic and kind of team structure, and obviously they're a women's only team. There's a lot of similarities between our program and their program, but it's always a close meet and always unpredictable, and we'll have to be at our best if we want to compete with them.
This is also a very special weekend for the Dukes. Before the start of the meet, we will recognize the senior class. Talk a bit about the senior class and how they've shaped the program.
It's hard to kind of where to start. How long do we have? Obviously, there's a lot of them, but they're a great group to be very, very overgeneralized and non-specific. But they've been through a lot, but they're really, really special. They have accomplished a lot, both in and out of the water. But they made a decision kind of last spring when our season was over, and the other seniors left, and they kind of became they were the new seniors, and they made a decision back in the spring that they wanted this year to be special for them, and they kind of talked throughout the summer, and they all were in their own different corners and walks of life over the summer, but they stayed in contact and they communicated, and they figured out over the summer how to be a group, how to be leaders as a group, and how to work together. And you would think, well, they've been together for 3 years, it couldn't have been that hard. But I think when you're asked to then be leaders for the first time and kind of be the top at the hill, so to speak, as far as age and experience and wisdom, I think it's hard. And especially when you have so many different voices and different personalities, you have to learn how to communicate and learn how to lead, both by modeling and by words. And they did a great job, and they arrived on this campus for this year as a united front. And I think it was just very easy for the rest of our team to watch them do as they do, and they presented a united front and a similar message. And it's made this year super, super enjoyable from a coach's standpoint because of our strong leadership. And it's not one of them is the talker and one's the doer and one's the trainer. I mean, they all kind of intermix and fulfill different roles at different times as needed, and it's almost become seamless. I'm not saying we don't have our hard days, everybody does, but it's just been really enjoyable, and from a coaching standpoint, it's been enjoyable to watch them mature through the 4 years, and it's been more than I could ask for. They're a very, very special group.
And it is a big class, but each of them have both made an impact in and out of the pool. Talk about each one of these seniors individually and their accomplishments, starting with Casey Etzel.
Casey, I've been here 9 years, and Casey is going to do something that I've never seen done before, and that's 4 years of nursing and compete as a Division I athlete for 4 years. As most people in our sport know, that the time demands are great, and the nursing program also has high time demands, and it's not from a lack of trying or effort or time management skills or anything. It's just literally usually the number of hours in a day, and she's done both, and she's done both at a very, very high level. And I think that's a tribute to her organization. It's a tribute to her time management. It's a tribute to her determination. It's a tribute to her stubbornness. All of those things kind of make her who she is. And, while she's been doing this and completing a very, very hard major, she's also performed really, really admirably in the pool. So just super hard worker, super determined, and it's been a lot of fun. It's been a really, really unique challenge. Lots of talks about scheduling and practice times and practicums and field work and all that, but she's done a great job, and it's a big feather in her cap to what she's accomplished here.
And the next senior we will celebrate is Camilla Zuzu.
Camilla, probably she didn't have the start that you would want to your career at JMU. She had to get shut down her freshman year because of a shoulder injury, and shoulder injuries are kind of like the Black Plague in swimming. It's usually a death sentence. And to her credit, and to her drive and determination, she had surgery, she rehabbed, she didn't swim for about 11 or 12 months, And then when she did swim, she was just kicking the whole time. And now she's our program's best sprinter. And I think, and on top of that, she's a member of our honors program. She's going to go to grad school in audiology. She has an awesome GPA. She's one of our highest GPAs every single year. So once again, a girl who's doing it at a really high level, at both academically and athletically, and she had a really, really rough start. It's not her fault. It's just injuries happen, but a big credit to her for what she went through and where she is now. And it's nice to finally see her smile on deck a lot and just, really be able to enjoy her senior year.
Then talk a little bit about Amanda Pressgraves.
Amanda is, her story to JMU was really unique. We always joke with Amanda that she recruited us harder than we recruited her. Her mom actually went to school here, so there was a big connection there, but she just wanted to be at JMU, and she basically told me and the former head coach Sam why she needed to be at JMU and told us why we were going to allow her to be at JMU, and I'm glad she did. She is just a true asset in and out of the water as well. She personifies what college can be. She's really taken the opportunity of, you make college is what you make it, and she's pursued a lot of different opportunities and activities outside the water. Sometimes I feel like she's a little too busy, and it's hard to get her to focus on one or two things because she's all over the place sometimes in the greatest way possible. But she also faced adversity. She had to get hip surgery. She tore both labrums. She tore her labrum in both hips, so she also had to get surgery, and now she's one of our fastest breaststrokers. So it's nice to see her healthy, happy, and enjoying her senior year.
Another senior is Lindsey Basic.
Lindsey also tore both of her labrums in her hips. I don't know why we have this kind of fortune, but she's met adversity too. And both as Amanda and her, like, the injury was unexplained. It didn't happen because of swimming, which I think it makes an injury even harder when you don't know why it happened. The doctors say, this is just how you are, and we got to fix it. So, she's now healthy and back and swimming and swimming the fastest that she has in her entire career. And it's hard. Like, this is a sport that takes a lot out of you over a very, very long time. And as you get older, even though 20 and 21 and 22 isn't old in the grand scheme of things, in the swimming world, it's ancient almost because of the million of miles that you've placed on your body. So for her to be swimming her fastest right now after everything she's been through just shows you her determination and her credit, and kind of what I talked about. Like, they are all buying into something that they want to be very special, and they're leading by example. She can be the mom of the group sometimes. She's probably the only one of the group that has the same amount of sarcasm that I have, so our humor works well together, or it works absolutely horrible together. So it's a interesting dynamic to maneuver through depending on what mood I'm in.
The next senior we will celebrate is Cameron Martin.
Cameron, she's the mom of the group. That's the mom of the group. She came from North Carolina. I think Cameron, one of the biggest things that I think of when I think of Cameron is she has matured out of the water probably the most of all of them. I think when she came here, it was all about swimming. Everything was swimming, live or die about swimming, and I think what Cameron has learned is that balance, and it's not just balancing academics and athletics. It's balancing everything in your life and being a balanced individual. She is one of the most positive people you will ever meet in your entire life. She can find the good in anything, and that makes practice really enjoyable. She's one of the most vocal people during practice, just encouraging people all the time. So we're definitely going to miss that, and that's going to be a big void. Somebody's going to have to fill that because she is the quintessential cheerleader during the hardest sets when nobody else can cheer because they're panting too hard. Somehow she always has the ability to find the way to support the teammates around her.
Next is Carly Milano.
Carly, I don't think she talked for like 2 years while she was here, at least to me. She comes across as very stoic and quiet, but once you get her going, she's actually very thoughtful and very goofy, but she doesn't present that. She's one that took swimming very, very seriously and kind of had to learn that balance as well, and I think she's done that, and now she finds herself, I think, enjoying her senior year. At least I'm enjoying watching her the most out of her 4 years, because I feel like she has learned how to swim fast, train hard, and not have every set be life or death. So, and it's been really fun to watch that maturity through the water and out of the water. She's also in the running for the biggest Britney Spears fan in the world. She's really trying hard to get that, which you would never know until you talk to her or met her, but loves Britney.
The next senior is Ashley Clark.
Ashley is the best athlete of the group. The rest are swimmers, and Ashley is an athlete that's also a swimmer, which I know kind of sounds silly to anybody, but if you watch us do dryland, you'll know what I mean. Ashley was actually a gymnast before she was a swimmer. The ironic thing is that Ashley quit gymnastics because she kept getting injured. So she went to swimming so she wouldn't get injured as much. And she's had a slew of small little injuries, dinks and danks here and there, that some have actually been kind of a little bit larger, but we always sometimes kind of joke that, she left gymnastics so she could stay healthy, and then swimming has, a lot of it's non-swimming related, but she's had a lot of, nicks and dings and things like that. But through all of that, she is really super determined, super hard worker, really fun to coach. She's a different type of swimmer. She challenges me as a coach in different ways. Very sprinter-based in her mindset and in her abilities. And it's a unique challenge for me, and it's been fun to get to know her as a swimmer, but also out of the water as well.
And next is Kristen Zielinski.
Kristen's from Virginia, and she actually first went to school down in Florida, and it was just a little too far. It was a lot too far, and it just wasn't the right fit. And she kind of found us and said, hey, I'm thinking about coming closer to home, and contacted us, and it's been awesome. Like, I'm glad. I wish we had her for 4, but I'm really thankful we got her for 3. She is kind of just the quiet, hard worker during practice. Like, she just keeps her mouth shut and does everything. And her work ethic is unbelievable in the water. It's unmatched. It's unparalleled. And she also has the ability to immediately transition into being relaxed and social and friendly, and just make everybody around her comfortable. So it's been a lot of fun. She's really easy to coach, and she will give you everything she has.
Then last but not least is diver Carly Alexander.
Obviously, I don't coach Carly, but of all of them, she's the only one that can talk sports with me, so I've greatly appreciated that. We talk sports all the time, so that's nice. Some of them don't even know how football's played, so she has always been on deck. She's on deck a lot, so we have a lot of interchanges about sports, so it's been really nice. She also had adversity with her injury, having to get surgery last year, so it's really nice to see her on the boards and diving well in a new kind of capacity. Becky's really had to change the way that she's trained her so that she can be productive, with the small limitations she has since her surgery, but she's still diving the best she's ever dove. So I will miss our talks about sports. I don't know who's going to fill that void, because I don't think we really have anybody who's aware, but it's been a lot of fun to watch her development over the 4 years, and it's definitely, her personality definitely adds to the group of 9.
Well, Dane, thank you so much for joining us, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.